Welcome to GoHamm Sports, man. We about to give a full prediction on what I believe all the outcomes of the games is going to be week one of the NFL. And I'm going to keep track of my wins and losses week by week. So you know that everything I say mostly be official. When I say mostly, it's because it's hard to judge every single game. But with that being said, man, let's get into these picks. If you have not subbed to the channel, make sure you do so right now. Sub up so you don't miss these predictions. You don't miss the game reactions, because I'm going to give a full breakdown of the game after they actually happen. But we just going to get a picks right now. First game, we got Atlanta versus the Panthers. I've been reading a lot of stories saying that it has been years. I'm talking about more than 10 plus years since a rookie quarterback won a home or won a season opener. But against the Falcons, I believe that the Panthers can pull it through. I'm going to go ahead and take the Panthers on this, and Bryce Young to be the first person since the early 2000s to win an opening season game in the quarterback position. Then next we got the Texans versus the Ravens. Clear-cut favorite, man. We going with the Ravens on this one, even though you see the Steelers gear in the back, man. But we going with the Ravens on this one. That's an easy pick for me. This is more of a tougher game to pick. We got Cincinnati versus the Browns. Me personally, I think the Browns is going to be the Browns all year, every year. But with that being said, Joe Burrow has not really figured the Browns out yet. This is the only team that he has a losing record with so far throughout his career. And on top of that, he's missed the whole entire preseason and most of the training camp. So I think he's going to start off rusty. I'm going to take a bold jump because I do think that he's going to figure the Browns out and maybe never lose to them again. This is tough right here, man. But the odds, I'm a coin flick, and I'm going to pick the Browns on this one. The Jaguars versus the Colts is up next. This is going to be weird to say, but I'm agreeing with everybody thinking that the Jaguars is going to be better than they was last year, and they actually made the playoffs last year. Their division is trash, so I got them making the playoffs probably again this year since they have a weaker division. Jonathan Taylor is not playing, one of the best backs in the league for the Colts. They got a rookie quarterback starting. I'm going with the Jags on this. Next game, we got the Buccaneers versus the Vikings. To me, this is an easy pick. I'm going with the Vikings. I think that Justin Jefferson is going to come out and have just as good of a year as he had last year. Maybe a little bit less because he tore him up for like 1,500, but he's going to tear the Buccaneers up, in my opinion. We got 3 more 1 o'clock games. Next one is the Titans versus the Saints. I'm not a believer in the Titans at all, man. I know that they just got D-Hop, which should make them a little bit better, but when you got Tannehill as your quarterback, I just don't see y'all winning too many games, man. And I'm going to just be honest with that, man. I'm going with the Saints on this one. Next, we got the 49ers versus the Steelers. My Pittsburgh Steelers. You see the Steelers gear in the back. By next week, I'm going to have my Roethlisberger jersey hanging up. Shout out to Big Ben, man. I'm going to have a few other jerseys that I got hanging up. And I'm gonna keep that cover right there just to make sure y'all know what it is. With that being said, I'm the ultimate Steelers fan. I don't usually ever pick against them, but right now I am gonna continue to pick them, but not just because I'm a fan. One, because Bosa didn't play all training camp, and he has not played in the preseason. So he's still going to have a very, very good impact. He's still probably going to have a really good game. The only thing is when TJ Watt held out and got signed the Thursday before that game, he wasn't able to play every snap how he usually plays. So he wasn't in as much. He was still in there a lot. And he had a good game, but it just wasn't game-changing because he didn't play every single down. So I'm picking the Steelers on this one. Shouts out to Pittsburgh, man. Mark my words. But, yeah, we moving on to the Cardinals versus the Commanders. Let's keep it real. The Cardinals is some shit, man. The Cardinals has one of the terriblest roster I have ever seen in my life. The only person that is relevant to me on the Cardinals is James Conner. And the reason why I said that is because James Conner played for Pitt in college, and then he moved on to play for Pittsburgh his first few years. So no Kyler Murray, no D-Hop, kind of a shit offensive line. Defense ain't too good. I'm going with the Commanders to bully them boys. We're moving on to the 4 o'clock games. First, we got Green Bay versus the Bears. This was a toss-up to me, too. This is the reason why I don't make any bets and barely predict on week one usually, is because you just don't know what these boys got. I don't know what Love is, the quarterback for Green Bay. I'm not sure what he's going to be or how he's going to fare in the regular season games. Also, kind of iffy on Watson. He's out. Watson, one of the best receivers that they do have left, he's actually not playing. Of course, everybody know they lost Rodgers, they lost Lazard, they lost another receiver as well, all to the Jets. I'm taking a bold prediction. The Bears was terrible last year, but I think Justin Fields run down their throat and find a way to muster up a win. I'm going with the Bears on that one. Next, we got the Raiders versus the Broncos. Garoppolo in Vegas. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They got Jacob still. I don't know. I don't really want to pick against the Broncos because how bad of a year Russell Wilson had. The only thing with that is this: I don't see Russell Wilson becoming what he used to be. It's another Deshaun Watson situation where it's like he already reached his ceiling, he already reached his peak. Now that he's back down to below normal, him getting back up to normal, I just don't know if that's enough. I really do want to pick the Broncos, but the fact that the Raiders got the best receiver on the field, they got a quarterback that don't make many mistakes, they got the best running back on the field, I'm going with the Raiders, man. I got to go with the Raiders. Next, we got the Chargers versus the Dolphins. These games is getting tougher and tougher as I go on. Seeing that the Dolphins got so much firepower, it's hard to pick away from them. I do believe in some of the Charger hype, but they have yet to show that they can get it done in big games. Even though this is week 1, this is a big game. I'm going with the Dolphins on this one. I might be wrong on this one, but hey, I'm rocking with the Dolphins. Next, we got the Eagles versus the Patriots. I ain't going to say too much about this game because I believe that the Patriots is some shit, and they're going to continue to be some shit. The running back Stevenson is questionable, so at best, if he do play, he's going to be splitting carries with Ezekiel Elliott, which I don't think have it anymore. So I'm going with the Eagles all the way on this one. They got a they still got they still got a good defense, great defense. They still got the best receiving core out of the bunch. They got Swift and Penny to replace Miles Sanders at the running back position. With that being said, man, I'm not going against the NFC champions. I'm going with the Eagles. Shout out to the Eagles. Next, we got the Rams versus the Seahawks. Woo. Cooper Kupp is out. I'm going with the Seahawks. I don't know if the Seahawks is going to have a year like they did last year, but I believe they're going to be almost as good, if not just as good. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I will never pick the Rams as long as they don't have Cooper Kupp. He's that much of an impact player. I'm going with the Seahawks. The night game, we got the Cowboys versus the Giants. Big rivalry. Probably one of the biggest rivalries of the first week. I believe Dak is going to do his thing somewhat because he's feeling the pressure, man. And Dak plays pretty good under pressure, man. It's the playoffs. But I just think that their weapons outweigh the Giants' weapons, even though the Giants still got Saquon. Saquon is going to say something about that. He signed a 1-year deal to return to the Giants. Man, that's a tricky situation. In my opinion, I would like to see the Giants pull this off, but I'm going to have to go with the Cowboys. Even though the Giants is at home, I'm just rolling with the Cowboys. These is all gut feelings. This is no statistics behind it because this is week 1. But we got a Monday night game as our last game of this prediction, and that is the Bills versus the Jets. I have never seen a group of people be this hyped about the Jets not seeing them play yet together. What is they going to do at the running back position? They have 2 studs, one being one of the best running backs in the league, Cook, and then one of the best up-and-comers, Bryce. How do you split those carries? How do you keep the ball in Aaron Rodgers' hand when you got those 2 dudes that you got to hand the ball off to? So I think it's going to be a slower game. The reason why I started to go with the Jets is because Von Miller is out for the Bills, one of the best linebackers in the league. But I still see them finding a way to overcome that. It might end up being a shootout somewhat, even though the Jets' defense is super good. They're very good. They put a target on their head saying they could be one of the best defenses ever. No, you can't. You know what I'm saying? You got to really realize what the Bears did back in the day, what the Steel Curtain did back in the day, what Dallas had whenever they was in their Super Bowl periods, man. You're just not gonna match them. I understand y'all got Sauce and a whole bunch of other players, but today is a shoot-it-out league. Y'all not gonna have too many shutouts. You're not gonna leave too many goose eggs on the table, man. I believe that this is gonna be more of a offensive game than everybody is predicting. With that being said, I'm not betting against Josh Allen and Stephon, bro. So Josh Allen and Diggs will put up a few numbers. Aaron Rodgers will do decent enough to keep the people off of his back. But at the end of the day, I'm going Bills Monday night, man. Let me know if y'all agree, disagree with what pick you disagree with. If you think all of my picks is some shit, definitely let me know that in the comments. I'm going to review every single pick that I predicted, and then I'm going to say if I was right or wrong. With that being said, man, we about to get out of here. Make sure you sub to the channel. I'm going to react to some highlights, probably spot highlights, not full game highlights. But I'm going to keep the ball rolling, man. Make sure you subbed up so you don't miss it whenever I post it. Make sure you like this video, man.